What up YouTube, it's Misery's Company. I made a massive mistake, and I didn't take my own advice, and we're going to talk about it in this video. I told you guys to start pre-farming Inferno 3, except I was wrong on the requirements for the dungeon. Let's talk about it. The requirements to do an Inferno 3 dungeon have been lowered to 23,600, which means I am very comfortably almost 200 CR above that, which means there is no reason why I have not been farming Inferno 3 religiously. And that's a problem. Like, I have missed out on so much set gear that I could have pre-farmed because I thought I was under geared because I thought the requirement was going to be 23,800. Turns out it wasn't. So now we're going to run dungeon right now and just go ahead and talk about Inferno 3. You know, for me personally, I never pre-farmed well. I know that some people, like, it is their bread and butter and they're very, very good at it. I forgot, I'm doing the horse and I'm on PC, which is never ever a good combination. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's just not fluent. Like right now I have to hold down the right click and then move and then like attack. I don't know. It's hard to explain. If you've been a Crusader and played on PC, you know what I'm talking about. It's not a problem on mobile because you can easily like move and like attack like with, you know, easily. But because you have to move with your mouse or whatnot, I guess I could use AWSD and do it. Yeah, I guess that works. Right? So what happens though is when you're not using AWSD, watch, let's see if it works. What happens is that your horse becomes a little clunky, and as soon as you click, it'll stop. So that's actually what's happening now. Yeah, so it's still trying to move with me. And then for whatever reason, like the space button just doesn't work when I'm moving. I don't know. It's just very clunky to use Crusader with this build on mouse and keyboard. It's just rough. And considering people are being banned for using a controller, I don't really want to touch my controller. Echo Gaming did a video about that recently. Shout out to him. He's a great content creator, and I really need to reach back out to him and try to schedule our collab. We both wanted to do that, but our schedules just never seem to align. I take just as much responsibility for that. Just, you know, being a dad of two and a husband, you know, working a full-time second job, and he's in the exact same situation literally for all three of those. We both just have very little free time, and then when we do create content, obviously we squeeze in a video here and there and then back on the grind. So like for most of the time, I do most of my videos at night, like pretty late at night too, after my kids go to bed, because I like to spend time with them and I don't want to be locked up in my, you know, little office here when they're awake. So I like to spend time with the family, and then when everyone goes to bed, I make content. But yeah, so I need to set that up with him for sure. I love Echo Gaming. I've been a big fan of his content for a long time, and looking forward to that collab. I need to make that happen. But anyway, so back to Diablo Immortal. So yeah, I cannot believe that I made the mistake of not pre-farming for Inferno 3 earlier, because I thought that I was below the combat requirement. But the cool thing is, and I mentioned it in my other video, you can very easily with the Inferno difficulties, at least currently, with Inferno 1, 2, and 3 being in the same dungeon finder together, you could easily go to the higher tier and more or less let everyone else carry you, which I guarantee people have done to me. I guarantee that, because I've seen some people just laying on the ground for some boss fights, and it's annoying, and I wouldn't have been that bad, but it's definitely an option. And I definitely have some bigger players, both in my warband in terms of combat rating as well as in our clan, that I'm sure would have been more than happy to run some dungeons with me. So that's a miss on my part. So now I got to do some makeup before we actually get to Inferno 3, which is, so Monday is a few days away. And as soon as that happens, we will be at the server Paragon will be 990. And that's where most people will then hit Inferno 3. Other people, I'm sure, like some of the bigger whales, have probably already pre-farmed and farmed. Like if you get a bunch of mythic fish, like you probably could hit Inferno 3 this week, but there's not a big reason to push that in my mind. So yeah, I just kind of go with the server Paragon, like 10 above server Paragon. It's usually my goal for the week. So I will push it really hard going into next week. And really, I mean, I'm kind of below it now. Well, I'm above it because it's 985 and current server Paragon is 990, but you get the point. I need to be a little bit higher than what I am in order to make that push a little bit easier going into next week. Like ideally, I hit Monday and I'm at 991. That feels like a good goal, and that way I'm only 9 levels away. I'll try to do that. But yeah, let's see if we get any loot here. I'm gonna go based off the guaranteed. I didn't. Now I believe if it drops now, I would get it. But in terms of like the daily one that you get for like your codex, I don't unfortunately get. I don't think this one drops for. I don't think this will be for Inferno 3. I could be wrong. You know what? Let's just make the video a little bit longer. Let's run all 3 of my dungeons, and we'll just talk everything Diablo Immortal, and let's do it that way. So there you go. In real time, we made the decision to go ahead and run. All right, let's do this, do that. We're gonna leave. I made a video saying that the dungeon finder was broken, which I think it was originally. I don't think it was working as intended, but it is much faster now. Like, this is what I anticipated when we first got it. When it was taking multiple minutes to find a team, like, that was a little crazy. And by the way, it's 9 a.m. Eastern time. So like, this is by no means a prime time at all. This is the least of prime time. Prime time. All right. We're gonna beat some people around on our way to the spot. Here we go. Bloop. Here, hold this. Here, hold this. Here, hold this. Thank you, thank you. All right, we'll save the banner for the boss. Like a good little Crusader. I like the Crusader, but honestly, like, after going off of the Barbarian and enjoying it as much as I was, I don't feel great about the Crusader. Like, the Crusader is really nice in terms of damage when it comes to like my warband. I feel like I am helping immensely. PvP, it feels pretty strong. Not necessarily a wild brawl. Let me know in the comments if you saw that video where I did the wild brawl for the first time with the Crusader. It just didn't feel awesome. Now it could have been my build. I take full responsibility. It could be my build, but also could be the class. All right, let's beat this guy. I always like to try to beat him before he actually even drops. I just think that's kind of cool. You can do it. We did not, but you can. Oh, did we? Yeah. No. Close though. You can actually fully kill him before he even. What? Okay. What just happened? He literally disappeared. All right, whatever. At least it didn't glitch us out of the dungeon. I guess we had enough dots on him that he died. Okay, sounds good. Let's wait for my horse, because, you know, fire horse combined with a bunch of ice. What could go wrong, right? All right. But yeah, Dungeon Finder makes my 3 dungeons way faster. I used to like kind of dread doing them because I had to find a team and it was really awful. Like, it was a pretty bad experience. But the Dungeon Finder is so nice. Like, it's so fast. Love that. So now I literally keep up with my dungeons on a daily basis now. So that way I can make sure I stay up to date. And my dailies take way less time, which is awesome. And they made that change to the Immortals, which we are still immortal, in case you're curious. And we'll talk about that here in a second too. They made it a random dungeon instead of a specific dungeon, which is such a good change. I literally hated the Immortal for that reason alone, that you had to do a specific dungeon every single day, 3 of them. And it wasn't the focus dungeon, which made it it just made it super annoying. And if you weren't online when your Immortal clan mates were all online, then it literally just took forever. And I ended up running dungeons by myself because of how bad it was. So there was such a good change on Blizzard's part. Love the fact that they did it. This boss is so cake. They made changes previously to the timing so that you could do more damage. You didn't go through these phases where it felt like it wasn't necessary. I think this one needs a little bit more tuning. Because I think, unfortunately, we just got to a point in terms of damage where we do more damage than what is available, or than what we can do like in the window. That's what I mean. Now, like I said, we are still immortal, but a big but. I probably will die for showing you this, but I want to show you. So if you go to the Immortals and we look at this, we lost all 3 of our what are these called? Not Cyclist Drive. Oh, I knew I was gonna die. All right, stand there. Path of Blood. I think it's a different name though for the Immortals. Vigil of Blades. So we lost all 3 of ours this Sunday, which might even be today by the time you see this video. We do have our first Rite of Exile and Challenge of the Immortal. So we need to win in order to push. Well, actually, we have to win for 3 weeks in a row in order to get the Blessed Rain and get that permanent cape, which would be really cool. I'd love to get the permanent cape. It is all of our goals, but the fact that we lost all 3 of our Vigil of Blades means that the shadows are a great deal stronger already, because they got a bonus all 3 times and we didn't. So, and generally speaking, it's easier for the shadows individually to max out and get the higher attack and damage than it is for the immortals, even after some of the changes. But yeah, so we'll have to see. We'll see how well we can do. We'll see if we can pull it off. It feels like a bit of a stretch if you lose all 3 of your Vigil of Blades to win then 3 straight weeks of the Battle of the Immortal. But I will show up on Sunday. I will do my absolute best. If I can record it, great. If not, I'll record it on my phone and show you guys. But I hope we win. Man, it'd be so cool to get that thing. And we do have a 4-way like alliance, but our strongest alliance in terms of both activity and in terms of resonance is the ones sitting right now, and they're the ones that kicked our butts in the Vigil of Blades. So I'm sure they also want to become immortal and take their turn. So yeah, it doesn't feel awesome that we're probably gonna be able to get this 7-week reign in order to get the blast. But we are, like I said, allies with this alliance that I'm talking about, and I won't use names just to not call anyone out or belittle anyone. But yeah, so I think that there might be an opportunity for me to join that cluster if it's our turn to sit, but I will try. I would love to be one of the first people on my server to get the blessed reign. As a content creator as well, obviously that would be really cool. But if not, it's not the end of the world, but that's definitely my goal, would be to get it, because cosmetics, they're fun and it's unique. So that's the goal, for sure. The goal. This is our last dungeon, guys. Can you believe in 11 minutes we've done, this will be my 3rd dungeon. It's so much faster than it used to be. I still need to do like my dailies in terms of my quest, the bounties, but that takes like literally no time. And I saw that several of you didn't realize you could change your bounties when I did a video about that. So if you see a bounty that you don't want to do because it's too hard, skip it. Literally skip it and refresh it. It's actually really funny. Like, one of the most popular comments I had on that video about like, was this a hack or not a hack, but an exploit for the immortals when you drop the bounties and then pick them up again to do them again. One of the most popular comments was, wow, what I got from this video is that I can reset my bounties. I was like, sick. That wasn't the point, but I appreciate you learned something nonetheless, because yeah, I bet a lot of people didn't realize that. All right. Also, guys, if you made it this far in the video, make sure you're smashing the like button. This was much longer of a video than I had intended, and I'm hoping that we get a little bit of streamer, YouTuber luck here, and we get a piece of a set gear. That would be amazing, because we are pushing, this is Inferno 3 currently, and we're going to be pushing it heavy next week in order to ideally be able to do better in our warband raids, and help the warband push harder content. So that is my goal, is to get as high a CR as I can going into next week, as well as unlock Inferno 3 so I can use all said gear. But so if you enjoy the video, make sure you like it. It helps me tremendously, and more than you know, honestly. Costs you nothing. But yeah, little likes in the video go a long way. Post a comment as well if you're interested. That helps with engagement. YouTube likes that sort of thing. Basically, anytime you watch a video, the more interaction you have with it helps me tremendously. And by interaction, I mean either liking, commenting, watching to the end, and or subscribing if you haven't already. It goes a long way with the YouTube algorithm, and none of those things cost you anything, but they help me out a great deal. So I would really appreciate it. Because honestly, the reason I do this is to, show more people Diablo Immortal, and I want more people to play with, and hopefully you do too. So that's the goal. That's my little spiel. Oh gosh, wow. Oh, Inferno 3. I was like, wait, why did I die? All right, let's get back in there. Almost dead. Half left. I don't want to die. I might die. All right, we lived. And I don't think I'm going to get a set piece. Dang it. No streamer luck. That's all right. Oh, so the last thing I want to talk about, guys, is that I am strongly considering starting to live stream. I think that would be a great way to engage with you guys and get to know some of you better. You guys can get to know me a little bit more. So let me know in the comments if that's something you're interested in. I've asked before, and time is just such a hard thing for me, but I really do, I think, want to start live streaming again. I used to live stream it every day, and I definitely won't do that. But I think I'm going to want to live stream both this game as well as Dragonair Silent Gods, which is in my, if you go to my profile, it is a new channel I made that covers that game. I actually really enjoy that game. Not as much as Diablo Immortal, obviously. I didn't mean to do that, but that worked out. But yeah, so if you're interested in finding me or just getting more content of me, then check out my Dragonair Silent Gods channel. I will link it in this description as well. Any support on that channel is greatly appreciated. We're trying to get that one monetized. Any little bit of extra monetization or anything on YouTube goes a long way, because I like being able to get money from YouTube, not necessarily from you guys. So that's the goal. Help me out. Until next time, guys, lock it in.